Right now at 5, a woman pleads not guilty to being an alleged member of an Eau Claire drug ring. And a Holman woman receives recognition for her work on the family farm.
We're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski. One alleged member of an Eau Claire drug ring is pleading not guilty in county court today. Elena Sosa Ochoa is charged with 1 count each of conspiracy to commit possession with intent to deliver more than 40 grams of cocaine and threats to injure or accuse of a crime. Technical glitch. Briefly, apologies, everyone. Back on track. Now, according to the criminal complaint, Sosa Ochoa allegedly tried to help her son, Hector Jimenez Sosa, recover cocaine that he had sent to an ex-girlfriend's address. At her arraignment this morning, Sosa Ochoa pled not guilty to all charges. Her attorney also said she intends to file a motion to separate Sosa Ochoa's case from her co-defendants. She's currently being held on a $250,000 cash bond. Meantime, a jury in Michigan has convicted Ethan Crumbley's father of involuntary manslaughter a little more than 2 years after his son murdered 4 students at Oxford High School. James Crumbley's conviction came just a month after his wife Jennifer was convicted of the same charges. Even though their son carried out the attack, prosecutors argued both parents caused the school shooting by failing to properly store the gun that he used.
I experienced this event much like everybody across the country and particularly in the state, and I'm a parent. And the very first question I asked was, where did he get that gun? And how did he get it? We don't ask the question enough. We don't. And we owe that to our kids. We owe that to our kids to ask, where did that weapon come from? Instead of just focusing on the shooter.
Now, Ethan Crumbley is already serving a life sentence. Both of his parents are scheduled to be sentenced next month.
Yeah, we had a nice end to the work week. Actually, we got up to 60 degrees at La Crosse with some cloud cover, a little bit of light wind. Same story for Eau Claire, actually fairly nice out. And it's still a nice evening out, really, for all the activities you have looking outside. Right now, we're generally in the 50s with some cloud cover here and there. But once again, very mild conditions. And for this evening for La Crosse, still going to be mild. That wind is still going to be fairly light. We'll see some increase in clouds, but nothing too much. 45 as you get till 10 p.m. Eau Claire will start seeing that cloud cover begin to increase, especially towards later, but still mild. The winds will start picking up, but that's really towards probably midnight and beyond. We'll start seeing that. There is a cold front to the north, and that's going to play a factor into our weather as we go through tomorrow and tomorrow afternoon, especially with regards to the wind. But for tonight, it's just the cloud cover will continuously increase. We'll start to see that front begin to approach the area towards tomorrow morning. Maybe a shower or two for areas north of Eau Claire towards the morning, but most areas will remain dry. Temperatures mild, still in the 40s to upper 30s for most of the night. Unfortunately, that's going to change as we go through tomorrow because you're going to find your trash can down the neighbors down the street. As the winds start picking up behind the front, it won't be so bad temperature-wise, but we're tracking a much colder St. Patrick's Day and the beginning of next week, and I'll break all that down a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, sounds like a plan. Thank you, Greg. Well, as tensions and violence escalate in Haiti, government officials are extending the western region's curfew until March 17th. The U.S. State Department is telling Americans to stay clear of the country. A state of emergency was declared in the West region on March 3rd. It's scheduled to expire on April 3rd. The unrest has caused tens of thousands of Haitians to flee their homes.
People who I'd known that had, lived their whole lives there and lived through a lot of the tough times were reporting to me that they'd never seen anything like what this became.
The White House discussing ways to respond to a potential mass exodus from Haiti. It may expand capacity at a Guantanamo Bay migrant center separate from where terror suspects are held. The UN plans to open an air bridge between Haiti and the Dominican Republic so aid and crisis management staff can safely reach Haiti amid the political crisis in the country. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis will continue to prosecute the former President Trump's election interference case in Georgia. The special prosecutor, her former romantic partner Nathan Wade, will be leaving the case after Judge Scott McAfee ruled only one of them can stay on. In his 23-page decision, McAfee said he did not find a clear conflict of interest, but criticized Willis for a tremendous lapse in judgment. In a statement, former President Trump's attorney disagreed with the judge's decision and pledged to use all legal options available approval to dismiss the case. 18 others are also charged on the case. 4 have pleaded guilty, including Kenneth Chesbrough, who's at the center of the scheme to overturn Trump's 2020 loss in Wisconsin. The defendants will likely appeal.
For all of the defendants in this case, I'm sure it's a sad day because it really just shows that while if they make mistakes, they might get prosecuted for it. If Fani Willis and her team make mistakes, if they lie under oath, if they show bad judgment, there's absolutely no consequences.
The ruling comes days after the judge dismissed 3 of 13 counts against Trump in the indictment over lack of detail. The U.S. Supreme Court ruling public officials may block people on social media in certain circumstances. It tossed aside challenges against local government officials in both Michigan and California who blocked followers who were critical of them on Facebook. In a unanimous opinion, the High Court set a clearer standard for when public officials are state actors online. The ruling also outlines when those officials can have more control over their social media presence. This case and others like it raised important First Amendment questions about whether social media accounts are private or an extension of the government. The High Court also denying a request by a Texas college student group to host a drag show on campus today. Instead, it sided with administrators at West Texas A&M University in their decision to prohibit the performance. Spectrum WT and 2 student leaders of the LGBTQ group filed an emergency petition with the High Court to let the show go on. Their petition claims the ban violates the First Amendment. The Supreme Court order doesn't decide the issue, but it means the group won't be able to put on the performance while litigation continues. There may be as many as 5 generations in an office right now, and in some cases, workplace attitudes don't align. But as Karen Kafa reports, there are some takeaways for older workers.
When the House overwhelmingly passed a bill that could ban TikTok in the U.S., its first Gen Z member, Maxwell Frost of Florida, was in the spotlight for his age and his no vote.
Yes, it has to do with young people, but taking a step back, I just think it's bad policy.
Frost is 27 years old. His oldest Democratic colleagues are in their 80s. The leader of his caucus, 53. The House, a high-profile example of 5 generations in a workplace. The silent generation, boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z.
We have more generations in the workplace than ever before because people are living and working longer.
That on its own creates workplace challenges, but multi-generation work expert Lindsay Pollock says the COVID-19 pandemic's disruptions added more layers, especially for Gen Z.
They just don't have that experience of being in some of the situations that maybe older generations might take for granted.
Amid talk of their more casual approach to interviews, even to showing up on time, career strategist Julie Bauke says Gen Z may have other priorities because they have so many career options.
So they are less likely to follow the edicts, the declarations of an employer because they see work as a collaborative experience, not as a top-down, you tell me what to do and I do it.
While that might irk coworkers, Bauke says Gen Z workers are taking a firmer stance on work-life balance than older generations.
This has been generationally coming, and it's finally gotten to the point where we have a generation who said, I'm willing to take a stand.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Workplace conversations have recently taken center stage in Washington. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders has introduced a bill this week that would institute a 4-day work week nationwide without a reduction in pay. The city of La Crescent is receiving a grant from the DNR to restore a creek. The Minnesota DNR awarding the city $500,000 in order to restore a portion of Pine Creek just west of downtown. The project has a few goals, including resloping the banks, stabilizing the curves, and removing trees to plant new ones. La Crescent's sustainability director says the goal is to keep sediment out of the water.
Well, the sediment has a detrimental effect on both the water clarity, so you're getting less clear water. You'll get warmer water, which is not good for aquatic species, particularly fish, aquatic invertebrate species that fish eat. So those are benefits of trying to keep that sediment out of the water.
That project set to start at the end of this year and is expected to take about 3 years to complete. Tonight is opening night for the La Crosse Community Theater's production of The Odd Couple. This comedic play follows the story of 2 recently divorced men who become roommates. The show runs tonight through Sunday and next Thursday through Sunday. Sunday shows will begin at 2 p.m. All other shows begin at 7:30 p.m. Tickets range from $12 to $37. You can purchase them in person at the box office or on the La Crosse Community Theater's website. We'll post some helpful links on our digital platforms. After facing the challenges of dropping out of high school, a local woman is now receiving well-deserved recognition for her outstanding contributions to her family farm. The honor she receives from her former high school after this.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's anniversary sale with Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Or shop new looks for less with 0% interest until March 2029 on in-store purchases. Celebrate and save today, only at Ashley.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get 2.9% APR for 72 months on select Sierra 1500 models.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Well, that was too close. If we keep waiting, it'll get one of us.
I know these things can be a real hazard, but groundwater does this to concrete all the time.
Water did this.
But it's okay. You can lift it back up.
Well, let's get lifting.
Let's do it.
The effects of water can be surprising, but at Innovative Basement Authority, we'll do a complete home inspection for free so you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
What if antibodies from sharks cured cancer? What if breast cancer was prevented with a vaccine? What if new science became clinical trials in real time? At UW Health Carbone Cancer Center, we search the depths of the ocean, the edges of space, turning possibilities into life-saving solutions and what-ifs into remarkable realities. UW Health Carbone Cancer Center. Remarkable.
College is more than the knowledge you gain. It's a place to cultivate your curiosity. It's where you explore the potential and what's next. It's where you find the tenacity to rise, rather than settle for good enough. It's a series of moments that add up to form your future self. It's where what you want is within reach, on your terms. It's where you find a career, not just a job. Western Technical College. Discover what you're made of.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Mattress Sale. Bring home a new Ashley Sleep Mattress starting at $250. Plus, for a limited time only, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. Visit your local Ashley store or ashley.com to celebrate and save today.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
A woman is being recognized in Holmen for her dedication and hard work on her family farm. News 8 Now's Michael Germain was at the celebration and has the story.
It was a bittersweet moment at the Heart & House assisted living facility in Holmen today. June Heineck, who grew up in Pittsville, is finally getting the recognition she deserves. For many teenagers, the norm is waking up and going to school every morning. But that wasn't the case for June.
I'd get up in the morning and I'd do that work. And sometimes I just didn't care if I got on that school bus or not.
June attended Pittsville High School until her sophomore year when everything changed. June's father was forced to spend weeks in the hospital at a time, leaving June in charge when he was gone. She had to balance hours of farm chores with high school, and after a while, it became too much.
She just burned out and she couldn't do it, and she made the decision to keep the farm going.
June dedicated herself to keeping the farm running, choosing to leave the high school life behind her and not graduate. That is until today, when she got a bit of her high school experience back. The Pittsville High School principal and other community members presented June with the Pittsville Varsity Letter of Agriculture. Her family says they couldn't be more proud of her.
We were like just stunned. My wife was crying.
Finally getting the recognition for the sacrifices she made.
I've always wanted a letter, and now I have one, and I'm very happy about that.
June's son adds that her mother never complained about her time on the farm and that she always put her family first.
A selfless woman. Thank you, Michael. Well, coming up, deadly tornadoes are tearing through the Midwest and South. We'll have a look at the destruction and the recovery efforts as well in just a few minutes.
We have a windy day for Saturday, but it's looking like a cold St. Patrick's Day, and that'll continue until the first day of spring next Tuesday. I'll break down what the temperatures look like, what the wind chill looks like, and when we'll finally return back to the 50s. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Dale, what's going on, man?
I'm remodeling and I'm looking for a new tankless water heater.
You know, Menards always has Richmond water heaters in stock. I'm headed that way now. You want to go?
You read my mind. Let's do it. Man, you ever take off that fire suit?
I sleep in this thing.
All right. Man, these stores are incredible. I love having them as a partner.
Me too. For the best tankless options, come to Menards for Richmond water heaters.
And all your home improvement projects.
Save big money at Menards.
For the second year in a row, Chevy Equinox has been ranked by J.D. Power #1 in new vehicle quality for compact SUVs. In other words, it's really good, right from the start. Chevy Equinox.
Do that again.
Connected by OnStar. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models, or get $1,500 cash allowance. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $1,000 cash allowance.
Visit hometownchevy.com.
If your tub or shower is less than you'd like it to be, then you owe it to yourself to visit the board store during the 2024 Early Bird Home Show. If you'd like a shower, rain shower, personal shower, shelves, safety grab bars, you can get a complete unit as low as $79.80. Call or visit the board store during the Early Bird Home Show for safety, convenience, and beauty in your new bathroom. Call or visit today.
Searching for gold at the end of the rainbow? Well, you can find it here at the King Furniture St. Patrick's Day sale. Get Shamrock with savings up to 60% off, plus 0% free financing, recliners, sofas, sectionals, and more. It's all here and it's all in stock and ready to be delivered. Plus, shop special savings in our incredible Lazy Boy Showcase. Let the shenanigans begin at the King Furniture St. Patrick's Day sale. Don't miss it.
Hang on tight, Wisconsin, because fun just got a lot faster. It's Fast Play from the Wisconsin Lottery, an all-new style of lotto games that combine instant wins with the progressive jackpot. Playing is easy at any lottery retailer. Just print, play, and know if you're a winner instantly. The progressive jackpot starts at $10,000 and grows with each ticket sold. The share of the jackpot increases with the price of the ticket. Fast Play is available now, only at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Americans in the Midwest and South are assessing the damage after a series of deadly storms that swept across the region. The view from above shows the devastation in Ohio after a severe weather system spawned powerful tornadoes in the state. Officials say the severe storms killed at least 3 people. Multiple storms caused destruction in Indiana as well. The severe weather outbreak flattened homes and caused extensive damage in Randolph and Delaware counties.
We're a little early for tornado season. We're thinking April, usually it's April, May, June is the brunt of it. But here we are.
As residents pick up the pieces, emergency officials have fanned out for a more complete look at all of the communities impacted. Residents in Kentucky, Arkansas, Missouri, and Illinois were also hit with suspected tornadoes and severe weather. Well, no severe weather in store this weekend for the Coulee region, but your St. Patrick's Day might be a chilly one. Let's send things over to Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart for your full weather forecast.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at chilly conditions coming into Sunday. Now, tomorrow won't be too bad temperature-wise, but the winds will be the story too. Probably 50s for some areas, but that could be early in the afternoon or late around noon, and then they'll start falling. And then Sunday really is when the chilly conditions behind this front come through. So that's what we're looking at. 30s will be below average. It's about 10 degrees below average for some areas, and that doesn't involve the wind chill yet, which I'll get into a point here in a little bit later. But for tonight, it's actually going to be fairly mild with that front coming through. Winds will pick up. The cloud cover will be there, so you'll wake up in the 40s to the low 40s to even the upper 40s. So all in all, a very mild night, but the winds will start picking up towards the morning. The front will be coming through about the morning time frame. We might see a shower or two with it, especially further north you go. Most areas will remain dry with some cloud cover. The winds will be the story. Temperatures will climb up, especially for southern areas, probably up to the upper 40s. Further north, they'll probably be climbing just about mid-morning, and then they kind of be holding steady throughout the afternoon or start to fall. And then as we go through the evening, temperatures will continue to fall into the 40s to the south, 30s up the north, a few showers continuing to far northern areas through the afternoon or evening hours, and then the winds will continue through the evening. Temperatures will fall back into the 30s, but there will be a wind chill going into Saturday evening, so that'll be the big difference going in from Friday evening to Saturday evening will be that wind chill and the winds. Winds 10 to 15 picking up in the morning. By noon, they'll probably be in the 15 to 20 mile per hour range, and then as we go in the afternoon hours, 15 to 20 with gusts probably above 30 to even 35 at times. So that'll be the main story. They'll continue through the evening. They may drop off a little bit towards the evening, but still 15 to 20 will be something you'll expect for Saturday evening. And continuing to Sunday too, they'll actually be quite breezy. The wind chill, you'll definitely start feeling that probably tomorrow evening with the winds picking up in the 20s probably for Saturday evening. And then as you go through St. Patrick's Day morning, we'll probably see temperatures, wind chills, in the single digits to teens, and there could be some areas that approach 0 at times Sunday morning. So definitely going to be cold as you wake up for St. Patrick's Day, and that doesn't really improve much throughout the day. We'll go up a little bit into the teens and single digits for wind chills, but still with that wind going on, it's going to be quite cold day and below average temperatures. Like I mentioned before, we're about 10 degrees below average. Now that will change once we go through Monday, a little bit below average. Tuesday, they'll start coming back up towards springtime. We'll get back into the 50s as the pattern changes a little bit as we go towards the end of the week. Unfortunately, it's going to get a little unsettled towards the second half of next week. There's a lot of questions going on once we get past Wednesday and Thursday with two systems, one to the south, one to the north coming through. So it does look like precipitation chances do increase, but there's still a lot of questions exactly if these pass through, they merge, or we completely kind of separate both of them and we don't get much at all. But still, it does look like chances do increase towards the later half of next week, and we'll break that down as we get closer to it at the start of next week. But for tonight, very mild conditions, really in the 40s. The winds will start picking up to the west, especially further for the north. Tomorrow, the high temperatures really are probably going to be around noon or just there below. As the front comes through, the winds will be the story as the winds pick up 20 to 30, potentially even higher gusts in the afternoon hours. And then the temperatures really drop off for Sunday. 37 for a high, which is about almost 10 degrees below average. Continue cold conditions into Monday. Spring comes late Tuesday, and then we get a little bit more unsettled towards the second half of next week. So a taste of winter. It's going to feel kind of more like February coming those 2 days, but it won't last.
All right, and we're still luckier than Bill Grahl over there in Denver with 10 inches
3
of
to
snow.
4 feet. That's nothing, right?
My goodness.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bill. Well, hey, a popular word game hitting a big milestone. How the New York Times master puzzler creates the famous Wordle puzzles.
Monday on News 8 Now this morning, we're taking a look at a simple swap that could save lives. Gunderson Health System and the La Crosse Fire Department joining forces to tackle falls among older adults. You could get a free mug by supporting the cause. We'll explain at 5 a.m.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Save some green with PM Sleep Center's March mattress sale. Over 15 queen mattresses, $5.99 or less. Queen pillow top mattresses start at $3.99. Twin mattresses start at $159. Stop in soon at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
Here's California banker Eric Hovde, running for U.S. Senate. But Hovde's lifestyle? Pure California. CEO of a billion-dollar bank. Here's Hovde's over $7 million Laguna Beach mansion. And 3 years in a row, Eric Hovde was named one of Orange County's most influential residents. Multimillionaire California banker Eric Hovde. On Wisconsin's side, don't bank on it. Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Let's create your dream home at our area's only home show from the La Crosse Area Builders Association. The only home show where you'll meet over 100 businesses ready to make your home remodel dreams happen. Basement to roof, front yard to back. The only home show with Friday date night, Saturday community day, and Sunday family day. Details are at labahomeshow.com. The LABA Home Show, sponsored by XL Energy and Olson Solar Energy, March 22nd through the 24th at the Onalaska Omni Center.
Save some green with PM Sleep Center's March mattress sale. Over 15 queen mattresses, $5.99 or less. Queen pillow top mattresses start at $3.99. Twin mattresses start at $159. Stop in soon at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
The global phenomenon Wordle is out with its 1,000th puzzle today. The Empire State Building lit up in the game's colors to mark the milestone. The New York Times Wordle editor, Tracy Bennett, is a longtime puzzler herself. She told CBS Mornings that she chooses the words 6 weeks ahead of time, creating puzzles that vary in difficulty. When the game's word lines up with someone's life, she calls it magical synchronicity.
There are these moments, the word of that day kind of conflates with something that's happening in their life, and it feels like an amazing, impossible coincidence. Like those things just feel like almost fated or magical, or like they give a little like zest to your day.
And here's an inside scoop for those hoping to hit their own hole-in-one. Bennett doesn't choose words that start with the same letter all week. She also recommends getting those so-called Wheel of Fortune letters, R, S, T, L, and N, and E, out of the way to help solve the puzzle. I kind of lost the Wordle wagon. I guess I'll have to get back into it. Well, Greg's going to have one more check of your weekend forecast right after this.
At Bygoff and Rohde, we know reputation is important, and it can affect your case's outcome. If you want your case to be taken seriously, you need lawyers who are taken seriously. Bygoff and Rohde, serious injuries need serious lawyers.
There's never been a better time to enjoy quality Flex Steel furniture than right now during the Flex Steel factory authorized sale at Drury's in Fountain. You'll save on the latest casual sofas, chairs that say take me home, stunning sectionals, even luxurious leather sofas and recliners. Every Flex Steel style is included in your choice of over 2,000 designer fabrics and leathers, all at the best prices of the year. Unlimited choices, big savings, and special 12-month interest-free financing. It's happening now at Drury's in Fountain.
It's time for more fun moments at Fanati's.
Okay, 2 Easter baskets, chocolate Easter bunnies, a dozen cream-filled eggs, jelly bellies, and gummy kebabs.
Excellent. It looks like you guys are in for a fun Easter.
Now I just have to make sure nobody sneaks any before we celebrate.
Too true. Hi, Adam.
Hi, Lori. I need to get a few things, but don't tell Amanda I was here.
You didn't.
No. I just need a few more things.
Brought to you locally by Fanati's Nut and Chocolate Shop in downtown La Crosse.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
It's spring bonus season. Time to take control of your spring in a new Ford truck. Get started with exclusive spring bonus offers at your local Northland Ford dealers. Then, own the season behind the wheel of your new Ford. Whether you're looking for power or capability, there's a Ford truck waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Get in the driver's seat today. Get an F-150 XLT with 1.9% financing for 72 months, plus up to $2,000 in total savings, and for a limited time, an extra $1,000 in spring bonus cash.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
All right, tonight, mild conditions really, 40s, so it won't be that bad waking up really. The winds will start picking up a little bit. Cloud cover will increase towards the morning hour. Tomorrow, it's really the wind is the story. The temperature's really 50 will be earlier in the afternoon, and then it gets cold for St. Patrick's Day, 30s, but that doesn't mean the wind chill will be much lower than that. But spring does come late on Tuesday.
All right, we'll take it. Bundle up on Sunday, everybody. Yep. Thanks for joining us at 5. Hope to see you again at 6.